Recently, the other day, I had a girl unfollow me on Instagram, and for some reason, I felt a slight way about it. I'm not sure why. This person wasn't really anything close. It wasn't like I dated this person, not like we were really close friends, but we hung out from time to time um, with groups, and it was cool. And I had met this person through college, and we were cool. But they had unfollowed me sometime, I don't know when. And I had randomly just was on there and just checked. And I usually don't check, but it was just weird. But it made me think more. It wasn't about this person following me. It was more so about my take and just everything that Instagram means for me, at least. Instagram has really turned into this nonstop site of appearing the best over and over and showing everyone what you're doing and this unrealistic expectation and lifestyle that people aren't actually living. And I think that, like, Instagram really takes it to the next level compared to any other social media. You could say the other ones are like that a bit, but they're not as like in your face exaggerated like Instagram is. Um, and I think for me, it kind of gave me a wake up call and lesson when it comes to Instagram because on Instagram, I mean, you're hit with nonstop things over and over. Like, of course, you can say the same thing for TikTok, but the biggest difference I feel like with TikTok is that TikTok's actually like hilarious, and depending on how you set up your algorithm, it can be really well compared to Instagram, where like you're constantly seeing photos and reels, and you could see just like different friends in your area. You could see all these many things that happen Instagram. At least on my Instagram, that's how it's set up. And so it kind of just made me think like, oh, like one, I shouldn't be caring that much anyway about unfollow. Like, who really cares? And then two, like Instagram, like all this stuff is really pointless at the end of the day anyway. Like unless you're using Instagram for meaningful purposes, like there's nothing wrong with it. But for me now, it made me think about how I want to go on Instagram moving forward. Like, I really don't want to be on there really at all, doom scrolling and checking different things. I really just want to, of course, like for me, I see Instagram as like a networking place as well too. Sometimes, like for some people, if I don't, need their number or something, or I have to reach out, I'm okay with reaching out on Instagram. And then also too, like if I get into like photography and stuff, I'll post on there from time to time. But in terms of like looking at other people's stuff, I don't think I plan to be on Instagram that much anymore because there's no reason why something small like this should be getting in my head, and I don't need to be stressing out about small things like this because this made no sense at all. I barely knew this person, and of course, I'll get over it. This was yesterday, and it's a new day today, and I've already basically forgotten about it. But I was still upset with myself with how I thought about it yesterday and the way I went about it because it was like, why can I be so upset over an unfollow? And I don't want that to be my normal because people are going to unfollow you. People are not going to be your friends anymore. People are going to do things, and you have to accept that and be okay with that. Will it suck and will it hurt? For sure. But it's also like, I've learned too, like, a lot of the people on Instagram and stuff that I follow, like, they're not my friends. Like, we might have talked and associated and be cool, but they're still not my close friends. And I think that's an important message as well too, is just learning how to navigate through Instagram now and really finding the next things, because I don't know, Instagram has just turned into something else, and it's crazy what goes on in there, you know. And like even for me too, like I have a girlfriend now, and I don't even have to be worrying about no other woman on Instagram and stuff like that. Like, and when I posted that I had a girlfriend, some people definitely unfollowed and stuff, and that's okay. No worries for that. But it's just funny seeing, how Instagram's so set up. I mean, you get constant access to women, men everywhere, and they're all up in your face. And you have reels, you have stories, you have all this different stuff in there, and it can be a lot. And so for me, you know, I had to really ask myself, like, what's important to me? And of course, friendships and relationships are important, but it's also like the superficial stuff that happens on Instagram where people are commenting. then yeah, this and that. I feel like some of that stuff really be overblown, and people take a lot of time to get to that quality of a picture. Even me sometimes too. So I'm putting myself in there, but doing all that time to get the picture and then posting it, and you have all these people, congratulating you or commenting, saying you look good or whatever the case may be. Especially women as well too on Instagram, because women get so much attention on Instagram that like I feel like their egos have started to boost up a lot through Instagram, and can't really blame them too much if all the men are going at them. But for me now, I don't really have to worry about all that. For me, it's more so just posting what I post when I like it, and then that's it. Like not really being on there, not checking what everyone's doing, staying updated. Like I don't care about any of that anymore. I just want to do my thing, live my life the way I can, and yeah, just have fun and rock out because that's what it comes with. When you're enjoying your life, it's just like it's okay to take pictures and have memories. Nothing wrong with that at all. It's more so just going about it and not letting Instagram be your identity, or how many likes you get be your identity, and think because you get less or more that you're not, worthy enough or you're not good enough because someone else next to you got more likes or more comments. Like all that stuff, Instagram can force your mind and feed you all this stuff that does not matter. And these things will tear you apart if you let it. And so you have to make sure that you're doing things in the right way because it's getting bad out here, And now with AI too, like a lot of different things are going on. More people are becoming influencers day by day, and there's nothing wrong with that. If you're getting money, you're doing it in the right way, of course. That's fine, but it's just something about it now. Instagram has just turned into this slugfest of who can look the best, who can like be the most mysterious and follow the least amount of people, who can post stories that are vague and not descriptive. Even Twitter is low key starting to be like that sometimes too, which I'm low key getting mad about. Like Twitter has turned into this thing where people are quoting, replies or something, and they're like vaguely hinting at the answer, but they're not telling anybody. Like you could have like this random dress that's at a store, and someone quote it and be like, "Oh, I wonder where they got that from." And now everybody in the comments is asking where they get it from because the person who quoted it didn't say anything. They just left with a vague, mysterious response, and now everyone in the comment section is tagging Brock. Brock, where did you get this from? Where's this at? And that's literally Twitter 24/7 now. And Twitter will be for another day for sure. But Instagram, there's a lot going on Instagram, and I've definitely debated about deleting it, and if I still want to keep it. For now, I'll keep it where it is, but I think eventually in the future it might end up being a turn where it's like, all right, this is over with. But we'll see for now. I definitely plan on not being on there though and looking at stuff. Like I need a break or a cleanse. It's too much going on there, and I don't really like the energy over there. So, my favorite social media now is Reddit, and I just be looking at credit and financial stuff on there all day. So, my lifestyle is a little bit different. But yeah, no, I'm not over with just the stuff that they got going on over there. And let me know what you guys think about Instagram too, because really I'm not the only one. A lot of people have talked about Instagram recently, and it's getting bad. But we'll see what time goes.